Good afternoon. Welcome back to Sports Intel. My name is Matt. It is November 5th, Thursday night, and we have kind of a doubleheader on Thursday night tonight. We got a college football game that we're going to look at and the usual professional Thursday night football game. First off, I want to let you guys know that just like this video and many other videos that we have or the article attached to it, you can find all these live odds, breakdowns, picks, news stories right here on sportsintel.com. If you're not already signed up to our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube, get on it because we have all kinds of different content coming out every day on all of those different platforms just for you guys, and it's all free, so why not, right? All right, so getting back to the games here. First off, we've got a Green Bay Packers visiting San Francisco 49ers. Kickoff is at 8:15 Eastern tonight. Now, I was looking ahead a few weeks back in the schedule. I'd circled this game as one to dig into. I really like San Francisco's value as an underdog between Garoppolo, Kittle, Samuel, and Shanahan's rushing attack against Green Bay's rather tepid rushing defense. That is going to be a really nice spot to snag an underdog here. Sadly, now we know Jimmy Garoppolo is out for 8 weeks. And the latter two, Samuel and Kittle, also suffered injuries over the past couple weeks, and we're not really sure what their status is right now. It's certainly not fully healthy. Now, as if the Niners didn't have enough issues, Wednesday brought yesterday another batch of COVID tests, COVID-related reserve additions. Kendrick Bourne, Trent Williams, and Brandon Ayuk, all now out on the COVID-19 reserve list. And who knows if any more names are going to be added at some point today to that list. Quite frankly, the 49ers offense is completely decimated by this COVID/injury issues, and they won't see a single player starting this game who had a hand in last season's NFC Championship game. Now, Nick Mullins will have the unfortunate task of trying to beat the Packers in what can only be described as kind of like the offense from the replacements. So he's kind of like the Keanu Reeves here. Mullins has succeeded before on Thursday Night Football with his debut coming a few years back against the Raiders in prime times. In fact, he thoroughly embarrassed Oakland. And as a relative unknown in San Francisco, really hoping that he can show some magic here again tonight. Now, I was happy to have taken the 49ers in this game prior to all these fresh injuries. I'm far less inclined to back this team now, especially since the price has changed. Now, I realize the Packers have a very soft rush defense, which has been exploited over the last few weeks. But the 49ers don't really have a competent ground game at the moment, and I'm sure they even can take advantage of Green Bay's shortcomings right now. Jerick McKinnon is basically, done for the season at least, I think, for a little bit. He has tired legs, which is not good. I don't mean done like he's going to be out, but he's not going to be putting up big numbers if he's already fatigued at this point. Now, it's not completely his fault. The 49ers really overused him, but, that's the story as it goes. And JaMychal Hasty has been largely ineffective, especially last week, not really showing any signs of life. Now, to be fair, Green Bay has not been the beacon of success lately. Their odds shot from -3 to 6.5 after all these injuries from San Francisco were announced, and that also worries me. I liked them a lot better, before all this movement, catching them in the middle up somewhere. But, it's Thursday, and we got what we got. Now, the Packers, as 6-point favorites last week, got punched in the mouth real hard by the Vikings. They've lost 2 in a row after starting the season 4-0. And the Vikings didn't even really have to run the ball against Green Bay. Dalvin Cook pretty much took them apart himself. Now, having said that, I still think the Packers are a better team as of today, especially with all the injuries on the 49ers. There are just too many pieces missing on the San Francisco offense for me to feel confident in taking them in any way, shape, or form. Line is 7 at most books. I'm seeing a few at 6.5, so get on that spot if you can grab it at your sports book. That's my best bet for this game. Packers 6.5, -6.5. Next up, Utah State Aggies, plus 17.5 against the Nevada Wolfpack. Another game that I had thought a few weeks ago that was going to be a really close, tight game that I was going to be really interested in. I'm still interested in betting it here, but the shaky start by Utah State has really changed the dynamics of heading into this game. The Aggies have looked downright awful to start the season. They've gone 0-2 under Gary Anderson. Offense is largely to blame. The downright sloppy play under center and a general inability to put points on the board at all. Starter Jason Shelley has a sad 180 yards passing in 2 games, completing a mere 56.3% of his passes overall. Now, he averages under 5 yards per attempt, and he's also aired out 2 picks already. Not helping matters at all, Utah State's ground game led by Jalen Warren. Warren has a measly 89 yards on the season, rushing at a 3.9 yards per carry average. He's been the shining light of this offense, if you can believe it, and he also has the long reception out of the backfield. Wow, what versatility this offense has. This all shakes out to about 414 total yards offense in 2 games, and frankly, I'm surprised how they managed to score 20 points in those 2 games total. On the flip side, things have been going great for the Wolfpack after starting 2-0 behind Carson Strong, their quarterback. Strong has been very strong, averaging nearly 10 yards per completion, 4 touchdowns in his first 2 weeks of play. This is very important for Nevada, as they lack a real potent rushing game, and they really need him to continue playing strong throughout the year. Now, helping him are wideouts Romeo Douse and Cole Turner, who together with their quarterback are the shining stars of this offense, a bit of a three-headed dragon, if you would. Now, the Wolfpack showed a lot of heart last weekend in their 37-34 overtime win against Wyoming, and really highlighted Strong's ability to make big throws and keep drives alive under pressure. Now, if Anderson is unable to turn his team around quickly, which I have doubts that he can, their season and especially his job are at risk of being over. Anything less of a strong, very, very strong defensive game and at least flashes of offensive competency will be met with another awful loss for the Aggies. Utah State has a lot to show for me to even consider backing them against anyone right now, and I think this game could really realistically be a blowout for Nevada. The line has been growing steadily since opening at 13, so get it while you can. I got it at 17.5, but I'd say don't go over 18.5. You know, if it creeps up to 19, I say let it go, but as of right now, it's my second bet for this Thursday night parlay. And remember, guys, each and every day at sportsintel.com, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, we have great content going up by a number of writers, video content, all kinds of reviews on casinos and sports books. So be sure to check it out. And until then, my name is Matt, and I'll see you again soon.